Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here, okay? Kick off your shoes and relax your feet, honey. You are now in the den. Listen, y'all. This is my review recap for The Handmaid's Tale, Fairytale, Season 5, Episode 5. Listen. This daggone episode was anything but a damn fairy tale, okay? The only fairy tale may have been like the first 2 seconds when June was dreaming and seeing Hannah and, they was looking at the daggone jellyfish, baby, because everything else in here was a hot daggone mess. And y'all, I'm tired of saying I'm tired, but I am tired. And to keep it real with y'all, I have to be honest and I have to say my opinion as it is. I was already over this daggone series last season, okay? Season 4, I was just at a point where I said, okay, where else is this story going? What are we gonna do? Are we getting a revolution? Are we getting a rebellion? Are we getting a revolt? Are we getting some fighting? Are we gonna have some wins on the other side? I just feel like we have seen so many Marthas, so many handmaids and stuff like that lose, 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 lose. We've seen June go through all kind of stuff, almost be free, only for her to turn around and go back. Other people to get killed and, hurt and taken back in or whatever the case may be, right? Or giving the baby, saying, oh, I gotta stay, and I get it. She want Hannah. Of course she wants Hannah. That is common sense. Any of us is gonna want our daggone kids. But it's like you keep getting turned around and it keeps going backwards. And in the meantime, we not seeing enough of these wives and commanders. Get it for me, okay? I'm not seeing enough of it. Like the most we got and the happiest I was when, Fred got his and now I'm waiting for Serena to get hers and so many others. And then you're thinking like, okay, they at Canada, they're helping them. But are they really? Because there's still things that they can do or they're not doing. And just like everybody has an ulterior motive. Everybody is pretty much out for themselves in one way or another. We see that they only have but so much power. They're going to do things that benefit them. We got other people that supposedly coming in to help, but then they got their ulterior motives. It's just, child, it's too much for me and it's aggravating my soul. It's aggravating my spirit. Like, I know that there's going to be casualties. I know it's not going to be all sunshine and rain, but can we get some wins out this beat, okay? Because right now it is not looking like we are getting any. But now that I got that off my chest, y'all, we gonna go ahead and get into this episode. Of course, we had, like I said, June dreaming about Hannah. She gets woken up with this call. And Lily done called them, they trying to figure out. They done jumped in the car, her, Maura, and Luke. And it's like, did Lily let you know anything more of what this is about? What's going on? And it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? She didn't, or whatever the case may be, right? She just said that this guardian was coming and could possibly have information about these wife schools. So, of course, the wife schools is basically what they are putting Hannah and a whole bunch of the other girls in right now to prepare them to become a wife. So, June is basically like, we need to get there, right? This means that they might know where she is. Now, in the meantime, you got a protest going on where they like, yo, these people is back, and you got people holding signs and yelling and screaming, get out of our country, y'all Yankees and this, that, and the third, right? So now, not only do we got the ones that want to sit here and worship Serena in them, but we have these ones that is mad that the Yankees is here and that they're even getting help, right? Well, I guess that could be realistic, especially if we see, things that happen even today, right? And we got Serena in this room or whatever, child, looking out the window. And I think it's so ironic that her room looks so similar to the room that damn Alfred was in when she was kept, And Serena just really amazes me because, and I feel like I've been saying this every daggone episode that I review, but she really feels the entitlement still. She really be thinking that she is up here doing something and that people are really supposed to be respecting her and listening to her and putting her, up on this high pedestal like she's in charge of something, child. And I said, it is the freaking, just fairy tale. I guess maybe that's the fairy tale, right? Because she is in a daggone dream world with this. She is really not looking at things as they are. She come down talking about good morning, it's a lovely day. You got Ezra coming in, giving her some flowers that somebody done dropped off for her, one of her supporters. She's going over to the table where this big spread of breakfast is laid out and telling Mrs. Wheeler, you don't have to be making me all these big breakfasts every day. We ain't got to have no big feasts. You don't have to go through all this hard work for me. And Mrs. Wheeler is basically like, oh no, girl, we got Serena in the house, baby. We got to make sure that you are well taken care of. To me and my husband is actually not doing enough. I wish we could be doing more besides just praying. And, we had to get you away from those horrible people, okay? And so she's basically like, well, we already knew that when we set this up that some people was not going to follow our message, right? And Mrs. Wheeler makes the comment, oh yeah, them selfish people, right? I said, y'all is real funny, right? We selfish, or they're selfish, I should say, for not wanting to sit here and have y'all freaking, sexually assault them, abuse them, and take their damn kids from them. Okay. If you say so, ma'am. And so basically, she's saying that, they're also small-minded people. And so they go ahead and, what I'm saying, eating their breakfast or whatever have you. Now, mind you, Serena had also asked Ezra if she could speak to Mr. Wheeler. She want to thank him for his generosity. I said, girl, is it really generosity? Okay. So, they giving these fake smiles and stuff like that, but here it is. They got this green juice there for her. They got all this food, whatever have you. So we get to June and them meeting up with Lily, and Lily ends up telling them, like, we did have some information, but right now stuff is getting crazy, right? They're putting more security. The Canadian border is actually stepping it up. They're doing more patrols. She was like, we had this friendly at no man's land, but he basically can't get across. Stuff has changed in between, I guess, her calling them and them getting there or whatever, right? So now, he doesn't want to risk getting caught or whatever the case may be. And so she was like, they're making it really clear that we've worn out our welcome. And so, Maura was saying to her, like, that's it, we're just done. And she was like, no, girl, of course not. I'm always going to fight regardless. But, basically we have to be careful of the battles that we choose and the fights we choose and how we fight. And that's my whole thing. Like, Lily is right. And Maura and daggone June especially, they don't take that part into consideration. I've said it before, even when it came to the girls that helped June with Fred, and then they wanted to go back. Nobody is making plans out here. Nobody is making plans. Nobody is looking at things, as to what they could do to strengthen and, pretty much be able to get things done. Everybody is going off of emotions and jumping right into stuff and just kind of being like, okay, well, I'm just going to go out there. Okay, you're going to go out there and then you're going to do what? What's our plan A? What's our plan B? What's our plan C? You're not hearing that, okay? And so basically they were saying there's other places that they could step up at, and she was saying, she's sorry to have them come out there like that, right? She would have called it off, but he had just basically put up the flag, which I guess is their symbol, to let them know, that they can't go. And so at this point, of course, June just looking like, want to get over there. Now Luke is jumping to say, I'll go. All right. And they all basically looking at him. He's like, what I'm saying? I'll go to him or whatever the case may be. Right. I'm going to go across. I cannot take that chance and know that there's information about Hannah there and I'm not going to go to get it or whatever. Right. Maura basically was like, what? You know what I'm saying? And we already know this is not no shock because we could see that this has been getting to Luke now. He done had Serena throw it in his face that he didn't do everything that he could before. And, now even when him and June was last talking, she was saying, like, I don't know what I could be capable of going forward. Okay, I didn't do it this time, but I may do it next time. And he was telling her, like, listen, I may do it too, honey. So, what I'm saying? We shall see as time goes on. So he basically was like, I'm going, and that's that on that, right? And so like, again, I don't blame them for wanting to get their daggone kids, but it's like, Luke, you never been over there, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know how stuff works. But she tells him fine, she'll let them know that he's coming, and he's like, all right. Now, of course, we ain't gonna send Luke without June saying, I'm going too. Okay, she's actually looking like she turned on and smiling at him, or whatever the case may be. And so she was like, you're not going alone, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be there with you. And so Lily basically gives them, this backpack. I'm assuming that got supplies in it or whatever. She's giving them this map. She's giving them the breakdown of the path they gotta go. You know, she was like, this is in exchange for, supplies or whatever the case may be. She's telling them, June lets them know that the baby is okay. Rita got her, and she told them that, they would be back soon. And she basically was saying, well, you go across scrubland, no man's land is right there. That's the meeting spot. You will be there by morning. This is the best trail on the map to avoid patrols. You get to the rendezvous spot, I'm sorry, y'all, and back. And then there'll be another flag, and that'll show you the meeting spot. And basically, the code word is beret. And so they like, okay, yeah, I got this, right? And so basically, when he was saying like, well, what's the person's name? She was telling them that they don't do names, right? It's not supposed to be no names. And so they had to go on this daggone journey, y'all. And at a point when they walking or whatever, June was kind of looking out of it and stuff like that. And, of course, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I'm getting so tongue-tied. June was looking out of it, and Luke was saying, like, you need to stop. It's okay if you need to stop. I actually need a break, too. And we see Amora and Lily, hanging out, chilling, whatever. They having drinks. And she was like, what's up with them, too? You know what I'm saying? What's their story? And Amora just was like, man, they just don't give up, okay? They are fighters, They keep fighting for each other, and they don't quit. And so, Lily was basically saying, like, that's nice, right? You want to have somebody like that. And Moira was basically like, yeah. And so we finally see, that Moira and them is basically in here drunk now, drinking this bottle. So she's like, what different places you want to go to? And she's like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Naming different places. And she says Detroit. And so Lily was like, why Detroit? She was like, there's so many better cities. And Maura was basically like, I'm from Detroit. And she's like, are you serious? So, they having their little moment of laughing and kicking it with each other or whatever, right? And Serena, in the meantime, is walking around just smiling, She's coming back down, talking about what a glorious day it is. And now this time, Miss Willis bringing her into a room full of women. And these women just are all over her, so happy to rub her stomach and touch her stomach, saying how lucky she is, blessed day, praise be, and all of that. Because they are all having problems with getting pregnant. And so, Serena likes the attention. She likes whenever she's the center of daggone attention, right? And they were saying how, they've been struggling. And so she's just kind of like giving them hope or whatever, right? And she's sitting back just smiling and happy to have them all rubbing on her stomach. I said, girl, they looking at you like you a damn turkey dinner. But nonetheless, she starts to think back to when they were first starting their, little operation, when she's over here with Naomi, and they going through and looking at these kids that they got. And they saying, like, Naomi is basically saying, I'm so glad these kids was taken from their bad homes, right? But at the same time, you're saying we don't know who they are, where they came from. So how the hell they bad homes, girl, if you saying you don't know where they came from? And they wouldn't want none of these kids, right? Of course, they want to have babies of their own. And it was so ironic that Serena was basically asking her, like, oh, are you going to take a handmaid? And she was like, no, girl. Oh, that's even worse, right? Why would I want to do that? And Serena was like, yeah, me and Fred is not taking one either. We are going to keep trying on our own. I said, ain't that the freaking joke of the week, right? And so she had tried to wave at this little girl, and the little girl just was like, girl, whatever, and looked back down. I was cracking up at that part because they really have it in their heads like they ain't doing nothing wrong. They making such a better freaking world for these people and helping them so much, and want to put these phony smiles on as if, they're supposed to be these good people, when we know the hell you are complete opposite of good. So in the meantime, they get to this meeting spot and they end up meeting this guy named Jaden, right? Of course, he's coming out with his gun up. He want to know, what's the code word, all right? He's saying raspberry and June says beret. I said, wait a minute, Prince, raspberry beret. I see what y'all did there, okay? So, basically Luke is mad nervous. So I was like, if Luke would have went there by himself, he would have been messed up, because he was like, with his damn hands up. Now, meantime, this meet starts off bad from the beginning, because he's telling them to follow him, that he got to get out of here. There's a place nearby. He have to go now. So either y'all going with him or y'all not. And they're telling him like, well, we wasn't supposed to be going nowhere. We were supposed to be just me and you here, you giving us the information, and we turn back around. So that's already mistake number one. But of course they want to know what's going, so they end up following him anyway. When they get there, it's basically this daggone bowling alley, child. And at the same time, child, Serena's going to make this daggone phone call, right? Well, she's getting this phone call, and then she tells Miss Willer, like, you could jump on the call too. And she like, girl, no, you know what I'm saying? That's unheard of. We can't do that, right? Because remember, women ain't supposed to be doing nothing. She was like, wives don't burden themselves with husband things, right? And Serena's kind of looking at her weird, but it's like, Serena, girl, you already know that. So it kills me that, like I said, she keeps forgetting and acting as if she's supposed to be treated so differently now. When you signed up for this, girl, this was part of the damn deal. This was part of what you helped to set up. But okay, we gonna move on. So they on this conference call. She telling Lawrence she didn't know he was gonna be on the call too or whatever. And he like, yeah, well, I'm here. No one did, but I'm here. So what I'm saying, what's good, because we heard about all that mess that happened at the center, and so. He was like, have you recovered? You sounding peachy, so I'm assuming you good. And she says, yes, she is good. Can we move past that now? And she basically was like, well, you've been there to be this representative of for us or whatever the case may be. But it's been a daggone mess. And, she said, well, we can't control the fact that these refugees hate us. And he said, well, that's already expensive. It's, of course, the endeavor to us or whatever. What do you have to show for the empty building and more bad press? So she was like, well, you could blame that on June and her daggone husband. And he was like, she's saying somebody needs to deal with them. He was like, yeah, someone should. So they was like, well, anyway, we were focused on opening the recenter, So she was like, yeah, me too. And I have some ideas. I'm thinking instead of focusing on Gilead, we need to switch that around and basically make it into a fertility center, right? Fertility center. Now that she done had them damn ladies rubbing their hands all over her stomach and she see how bad they want babies, she was saying that would be a better focus. So they said, well, that could be a possibility or whatever the case may be, right? They could go ahead and think about that idea. So mind you, she's trying to overtalk and still tell them all these different ideas she have. But in the meantime, the commander's literally talking over her like, yeah, well, we'll consider it. And he's like, click. And she's still damn talking, Lawrence is like, you sure do got away with the ladies or whatever, right? And he basically was saying like, we can't have her getting too uppity, right? Have her thinking that she got too much power. We gotta kind of pull her damn leash from time to time. I said, because she swear she doing something, and then he kind of like knocks Lawrence down too, because he was like, you over here thinking you got these different ideas. He was like, no, that's not gonna work. The commanders is not gonna go for that. You want us to basically bring in a whole bunch of traitors and criminals and welcome them back and coddle them. He was like, that's not what we do. Forgive them. So he was like, you're never gonna get anybody to support that. And Lawrence was saying to him, if we don't open up these doors and we don't do what I'm proposing, that's gonna be the death of us or whatever, right? That is gonna be the end of us. And that'll be that on that, and all of this would have been for nothing. And he was like, well, that's a nice speech you gave and all of that, but let's see if the other commanders will listen to you, with this. I doubt very much that they will. And so, we get June and them at this daggone bowling alley, and Jaden is in here, turning on the lights. He's saying he been here, for however long. This is where he hang out at. He's taking the bags from them. He's saying, we got this system. He's giving them back their bags. He over here playing bowling. They being mad loud, him and Luke. I'm like, so nobody hears y'all. Y'all ain't got to be worried about noise and none of that kind of stuff. But yet the borders patrol is, heightened and everything like that. He gives them this flash drive, and he's basically saying to them like, oh yeah, the plums, they're getting prepared, and I think they're still there, and any information and whether she's there or not would be on this flash drive. So Luke was like, you talking about it so nonchalantly. He was like, my daughter's 12 years old. 12, okay. He's like, listen, I'm just telling you the way it works. And so we find out that Jaden doesn't really have that much of a memory, right? He's bowling mad good, and he's saying he think he used to go bowling with his father, and that's where he learned. And they like, wait, you don't remember? He's like, no, it's just basically kind of a blur, okay? I don't remember too much before Goody Eye. So obviously he was taken when he was a damn child and basically brought up there. So Luke was kind of saying like, well, what makes you now try to go against them? And he was saying because he believed that people should be able to see people. People should be able to just be who they are and be where they want to be. And they was basically agreeing with that. So then he gonna talk about some, let him go get a beer. And in the meantime, June is like, wait a minute, he got a beer and a cooler. She was like, where did he get a beer and a cooler? So now, number one, y'all wasn't supposed to follow him. Number two, y'all wasn't supposed to say no names, but now he telling you his name is Jaden. Number three, he done got a bed that's in a cooler, okay? And y'all sitting here partying like it's funky time, Luke want to talk about something. Let me see if I could put music on. And it was aggravating my soul. And I said, listen, like at one point, June just did say like 2 or 3 times, where did he get the beer in the cooler? But I was like, June, girl, you slacking too, because you know more about how this stuff works and you've been through more of it than Luke. This is his first time coming through, right? You would think that you would be like, nah, something ain't right here. My spidey senses is tingling, okay? This is not right. Like, let's get the heck up out of here. Because even when they first got there and he gave them that stuff, they was pretty much like, okay, we gonna go ahead, we gonna leave, right? They was just supposed to be getting it and coming back. But he tells them that it's not safe to cross during the day for anyone. He was like, you could do whatever you want to, but if y'all wait till later, then I'm going to help y'all back across the border, right? You got to move at night. So that way, you know what I'm saying, not many people could see you. And so they was just in here acting like it was a party. Luke, go ahead and get on the damn piano, child, or whatever the heck that was, the keyboard. And he starts singing, Al Green. I said, really? That's what we gonna do? We just gonna sit around and sing? I mean, granted, he ain't sound bad. Jaden over here asking him, like, is that a song you wrote? He was like, yeah, it's a song I wrote, a long, long time ago. And then him and damn June is kissing and dancing and stuff. And, Jaden over here holding a damn flashlight up over them and whatever the case may be. So I said, I already see where this is going. This is not going to be good because, we actually having Mara and Lily chilling and, getting drunk. We having, Luke and June chilling and seeming like they having a little moment and seeming like they bonding a little bit more and getting closer, whatever, right? So I said, obviously, we not going to just end it with them laughing and enjoying themselves and then them being able to just get away or whatever, right? So I'm just like, Lord, no, mind you, this is just had my nerves like the whole damn time. I'm just so freaking on edge, like, please get the hell up out of there, And so basically they are all chilling, right? And so then we get this flashback with them Serena, where Aunt Lydia is first showing her the pics of, the handmaids. And the first one she chose, she was telling her it's a simple process or whatever. They make it real easy for them, easy as pie. And so Serena got ahead and sat down, and the first one she picked up, she basically was like, oh, great choice, great choice. That's the same one that your husband chose too, or whatever the case may be, right? So it made me laugh because Serena ended up putting that one back down, and she was saying these is the most respectful, most fertile group that you could get. I picked them myself and all this other stuff, right? And this is such an important choice that a commander and his wife has to have. And so Serena was telling her thank you. But she put that one back down or whatever that she had first chose. And then, she picks up a second one. And basically, Lydia's pretty much saying the same thing. Oh, excellent choice, Mr. Waterford. You're going to love it. Good bones, good genes, and all of that, right? And so they're literally picking these damn women, of course, like they damn, pieces of food or something, child. And, I guess her whole I'm gonna try to have this baby, is basically we know she didn't never be, wasn't never able to get pregnant. So now you done decided that it's okay to take this handmaids, but you was telling Naomi a little while back, like, oh no, I would never do that, honey. Okay, me and Fred gonna be good. So, funny to see the tables turn, right? And so basically, we get damn June and getting, trying to get back to the damn other side, y'all. Walking out here through the dark. And we basically have Jaden step on a damn mine, okay? And they like, wait, is that? And he's basically like, yeah, pretty much it is. And he's like, wait, stay back, stay there, right? And so, he go ahead and move his leg because he pretty much was like, nothing usually happens, right? Sometimes I guess some of them could possibly be dead, but in this case, it wasn't dead, honey, all right? And half his damn leg got blown off. I said, oh my goodness, of course he's yelling and screaming, and of course now that it got blown off, that's gonna make a lot of noise. A whole bunch of other people was gonna hear it, so of course now we starting to hear damn noise, and see lights that other people was coming, because now this done brought damn attention, and he's telling them like, run, 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 and they over here talking about some, oh no, we can't leave you and this and that. I said, child, y'all deserve what y'all get at this point. Like, y'all deserve what y'all get at this freaking point. I was so freaking over it, y'all. And I forgot to mention that Serena was even praying in the room, right? She had tried to go take a walk outside, and they basically was like, no, girl, you can't walk nowhere, and you can't go over here and be talking to people because we don't know who they are. She's like, oh no, they don't mean no harm. They just trying to bring me flowers. She still don't get that she's really not a visitor here. And these people really don't give a damn about making you happy or whatever. They care about that baby that's in your belly, honey. Okay, the husband had finally came and knocked on the door, because Ezra had told her, like, well, just take a walk around the, property. It's such a lovely day, honey. And while she was down on her knees praying, finally Mr. Willa did come up and see her and gives her this damn vitamin, telling her she got to take it every day, and they want to make sure that the baby is okay, right? And when she asked him about this cell phone, he said, oh no, we can't have, nobody having cell phones because of security, okay? So obviously you being held, girl, and you ain't getting up out of this daggone house, okay? They just doing it in a nice way, and the only reason why they probably doing it in a nice way is because you pregnant, all right? And so getting back to June and them, finally they do start to freaking run. And June is saying, we can make it or whatever. And she getting flashes of when they had to first run the first time. Now, mind you, it was one car that had already came and cut them off, and it was some other guys that was chasing behind them. Now, it was another car right in front of that. They was not even far away from the other damn side, yo. They was mad freaking close to it. And they basically ends up grabbing June and damn Luke, splitting them apart. And so I just say, we are back to where we started, y'all. What's going to happen now? June is captured again. She's a number one enemy of the state that they want for so many different reasons. They over her. They tired of her. So what they going to do with her? They ain't trying to bring her there for no damn milk and cookies, obviously. Okay? And Luke done got grabbed up. I don't think they gonna get to kill June. I just don't know how this gonna work out, y'all. But I could possibly see them killing Luke. I'm just like, really, y'all? Really? I'm just over it. Like, she gets captured again, and now what? For the rest of the season, she gonna be a prisoner again? And then season 6 is supposed to be the last season, like, and then we get in a spinoff, the New Testaments, like, child, how long they gonna be in captive inside of these places? Like, can y'all tell me, please? Can y'all really tell me? Because I don't know if I can make it a whole nother season of watching them being captive. I'm gonna just keep it real. If we ain't kicking behind and taking names, I don't think I could do it. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about it. Put it in the comments, okay? Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you were so inclined, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. All right, y'all.